Most people treat this life like it's a part-time hobby. Like it's, oh, well, I'll look after myself when I get a bit of time. Oh, if I get some free time later, then I'll do it. Oh, just don't really have the finances right now to spend on my health and fitness. Oh, I really wish I had the opportunity to, work out or eat better or any of these kinds of things. This is the one you get. Your body, your health, your fitness, you get one shot at it. And if it's gone, and when it's gone, you will pay anything to have it back. I was talking to a friend today about, she's got a friend who's in stage 4 cancer. Horrendous thing. Horrendous. And we were talking about, what they're going through and what the options are and all this kind of stuff. Anything. She's been told she's going to die. So the answer is fucking anything. You would do anything in that moment to be healthy, to look after it. When faced with your mortality, you are given no other option. And it's like, well, I will do whatever it takes. And this is the concept we've spoken about so many times. And it applies to every area. It's the same as people who are like, I would die for my children. I love that. So would I. But you know what else I would do? I would murder for my children. I would end people for my children. But I also live for my children. I look after my health and fitness. I do the things that mean I get the opportunities to be around for my health and fitness. You cannot control the outcome at the end of the day, but you can make damn sure you stack the deck in your favor. You can be damn certain that you have done everything in your capacity to be the strongest, fittest, healthiest version of yourself. And not only that, but to impart that onto your children, to set them up, to give them the opportunity, to show them what being a healthy person looks like. Most of what your children will get is not taught, it is caught. I'll say that again. What most of your children will gain from this life is not taught by you. It is caught from you. So you want to have strong, fit, and healthy children? You want children who are able to do anything they want? You want them to grow up without disease, which is now becoming a thing? Children having adult diseases like type 2 diabetes and other issues, higher rates of cancer, all this kind of stuff. Obesity is on the rise. They predict by 2030, 2 out of 3 children will be obese. That is not taught, that is caught. And it's caught by your actions, by your life choices, by what you choose to do. You have the opportunity to be the strongest, fittest, healthiest version of yourself. At any point, you can transform it. At any point, you could turn it around. Hell, I challenge you. If you take on demanding greatness, 126 days, and I will make you a different fucking man. It will make you deeply, deeply uncomfortable. You will not recognize who you are because of what you will have to go through. But I will transform you. And at the end, people ask, what did you do? But you have to be willing to get into that. You have to be willing to go, maybe my health and fitness isn't a part-time hobby. Maybe my health and fitness in this life that I've been blessed with isn't something I can take lightly. It is the greatest opportunity, the greatest gift that you have been given, if you are willing to undertake it. But most people keep kicking it down the line like they have an endless supply of time. That health, fitness, wellness, and the life that they've been given can be dealt with when we get to a point. But what if that point never comes? What if, disease and illness arises? As I said, you can't control it. You can't. Maybe everything I've done will be for naught. But at least I will know that I left it all out there. At least I will know that I did everything in my power to be the best version of myself. And at least I will have imparted those skills onto my children. At least I will have led by example. At least I will have shown up the right way. And this is what it comes down to. This isn't a nicety or a luxury or something you get to when you get to it. It is something that you make as a priority. It's a really harsh one, and as I said, half the time I'm giving these pep talks because also for myself in other areas. But your life is a reflection of the things you prioritize. You can very clearly and quickly look at your life and know what you place as your priority. And if you're fat, if you're overweight, if you're unhealthy, you can tell that you don't prioritize your life. And it's that simple. It really is that simple. That you don't prioritize being here for your children. You don't prioritize showing them the correct way. You prioritize sedation and comfort and ease over the things that are required. You prioritize what's comfortable in the now. You prioritize your feelings over what is required. And if that hurts, if that makes you uncomfortable, if that gets your knickers in a knot, you need to take a hard look at the man in the mirror. There's been the fortnight of truth. And we need to face our ugly truths. We need to face the man in the mirror and have a real conversation about where we're going and what we're doing and what truly matters. Because your priorities, if you're overweight, suggest that you're your number one priority. And you can talk about your kids, you can talk about your wife, you can talk about all those kinds of things. You can talk about how they're your number one priority. But if you're still stuffing your face, if you're not exercising, if you're not making good, healthy choices, if you're not prioritizing your health and fitness, then they are not your number one priority. Your feelings and emotions are. And I don't know about you, but that feels like an unacceptable choice. If you really get stuck and you put it all out there, you choose what's easy and comfortable in the moment over what is necessary. You haven't earned the right to sedation. You haven't earned the right to the comfort. You haven't earned the right to take your foot off the pedal yet. You have to make some hard decisions. You need to make some uncomfortable decisions and do what is required. Then, and only then, if you really must, have you earned the right to do some other things. But people don't want to face that. People don't want to look at that in the mirror. You need to get raw and honest about what is required. You need to stop treating this like an inconvenience or something that would be a nicety. You make decisions. And people are like, I don't have time, I don't have money, I don't have the options. You can get outside and go for a walk. You could load up a backpack. I'm sure you got a backpack, or you could go to Kmart or Big W and buy them for like $15. Put some books in it. Go for a weighted walk. You could stop eating junk food. You could stop buying alcohol. You could stop doing those kinds of things. You could make better choices. If I look at your phone, how much time have you spent on your phone? How many streaming services do you have? How much time do you spend in front of the TV? How much time are you pissing away doing things that don't matter? And I've had to take a hard look at myself and realize that I waste a shit ton of time. I do. And it's unacceptable. And I'm making changes for it. But how about you? All those times that you say you don't have time, you don't have the opportunity, you don't have the income. You can't afford personal training. You can't afford gym membership. There is 1,001 fucking videos on YouTube on how to do basic bodyweight workouts. Find one of them. Give it everything you fucking have and do that every day. Every single day. You have the capacity. You just don't want to do what's required. People want to throw up excuses. They want to find different ways around. They want to find the ways that meet their excuses rather than find ways to get it done. You'll work harder to validate and justify your mediocrity. than you will to actually achieve the results that you want, that you know you want. Always comes back to that one. Everybody's all for the body positivity movement until there's an easier way. Enter Ozempic, enter semaglutide, trizepatide, any of these kinds of things. Enter these things that give you an out, give you the results without doing the work. You have the options, you have the capacity, you're just choosing not to. You need to stop treating this life like it's a part-time hobby and you'll get to it when you get to it, and start treating it like the only one you have. You need to start demanding greatness of yourself and see where you end up.